Hey, real quick at the beginning here, this is a conversation that came from my stream regarding backseating, which if you don't know is just telling someone how to play or where to go, usually without being asked, and spoiling things in chat, and this is just my own personal feelings on that. No backseating is the #1 rule in my chat, and I'm usually pretty harsh on it, at least compared to a lot of other streamers, especially because I do a lot of blind playthroughs and live first impressions or reactions to various games, and I feel that backseating can really ruin that experience for not just me, but for everyone who wants to see that sort of thing. Now, to add some context, I was playing a new game called Knuckle, and some of my viewers had also been playing it and were just excited to talk about it. But when some of the conversation got a little too into the realm of telling me about mechanics I hadn't discovered yet, or telling me where to go, or what I should be doing, or spoiling upcoming content, I decided to say something and put a stop to it. I blurred the name of the individual who I was responding to, not because they did anything super wrong. They actually immediately apologized when warned, and it led to this very productive conversation. But just because I don't want any hate directed their way either way. I just thought this was a good conversation that really encapsulates my personal feelings on backseating while responding to some other viewpoints as well. And if you're a streamer or even a viewer and you just feel differently, that's totally fine. And you absolutely have every right to feel that way. Just for me personally, this is how I view it and apply it to my own stream. This was also just a brief conversation from a 3-hour-long stream. So even though it's a bit more intense than usual, it's not always like this, and we do have a lot of fun and lighthearted moments as well, so check that out, especially if you like watching someone fumble through sometimes obscure games. I don't actually see a path up. Oh, there is a path up. It's just... it's over. What am I gonna do? You're just there? Just look around? Dude, I didn't expect Knuckle to have backseaters. That's crazy. This game just came out yesterday. Like, chill out. It's fine. I'll get back. I'm just having fun with the game, playing it my way. It's sort of a habit for people to want to give advice. Yeah, no, I understand, which is why I usually warn before I shoot. But yeah, I mean, all I can do is just say, hey, I don't want that. Also, I know nobody reads the chat rules, but like, it's literally, it's the first rule. Oh, I see. And then I need to get up here. It's this one. All right, at least I know this time. Okay, I'm gonna fall. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna go all the way back now, aren't I? Okay, we're slowly but surely getting better, getting smarter, faster. Not fast enough for Twitch chat, but I calmed down. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. I'm not actually mad. I mean, the best possible scenario is that people just don't backseat new games. The second best possible scenario is that when I warn them, they get it and just stop. So, all good. Ultra good community, I kind of grow with the toxicity, not the actual one like bigotry, more like the one that tells you to get good. It's cathartic when it's mutual, but yeah, not everyone is built the same. I don't really know what that means. I think that like, get good or like skill issue or whatever is like something that someone would know intuitively. And I think it's really stupid to actually say that to someone, you know? Like someone who's just enjoying the game. I think everyone is striving to get better at their own pace, and most people don't really need someone else weighing in on it. And some people, frankly, are not trying to get better. They're just playing the game. I will say that issue is not even remotely exclusive to Ultra Kill, but it is like particularly prevalent and obnoxious. And frankly, it's a commonality of people who come into this chat that are coming here from Ultra Kill content, that they tend to carry that mindset over between games. Oh, you think it's cool when both sides agree? Okay, well, that's a little bit different of a story. I think, like, if you're talking, like friendly competition, like two people just, like, you know, striving to beat each other's times or scores or whatever, I think that's a very different story than, like, just saying skill issue or get good or whatever to some, like, just random. I think the problem with backseating in general is, first of all, the advice isn't always right. I've played games where like the best speedrunners of all time of that game came into my chat and had advice for me. And then I also have randoms who haven't even played the game or have engaged with the game very casually trying to give me advice. And frankly, you just don't know who's who. That's why I tend to just kind of blanketly outlaw all backseating, because you just don't know. You don't know who knows what the fuck they're talking about. Not only that, but like, I think there's this assumption that like if someone is new to a game, they need help. And I would just challenge that is the case, because if you played a game off stream Certainly you went through points of confusion. Certainly you probably had to look things up. Certainly you probably didn't always know what you were doing on like your first run through something. I just think that like by default you should be offering that same experience to streamers unless they ask. I do think streaming a game is like fundamentally a different experience than just playing a game. I will give you that. But I do think that like it doesn't necessarily have to come with the territory of backseating. Say friendly competition is the best way to put it. Yeah, well then I agree with you. I would agree with that broadly. I think the only problem is that like if the two parties are not on the same page, that's when it starts to become kind of unproductive. No, I agree it's hard to avoid, but here's where I think people are sometimes surprised that I differ from other streamers and content creators, is that I just don't put up with it because I don't. For me, I do not want it to be part of my streaming experience, right? And like, I think that for what I am trying to do with streaming, it would also make the viewing experience worse if I accepted backseating. It's not to say that if like a streamer accepts it or allows it or whatever, that that's a bad thing. I just have a different mindset than those people. Well, I think too, some people just don't understand. Like, all you can really do is just explain to them why you don't want backseating, right? Like I said earlier too, there is actually an art to backseating where if you have like genuine advice, like there is kind of a way to put it that I feel like feels less like backseating and more like just genuine help. Question is, what would be considered good advice and not straight up backseating? I mean, that's a little bit for you to figure out, I guess. But for me, genuinely, it's like if people phrase it as like an option, like, would it be easier to blank, question mark? It tends to not feel as bad to me.